What's up guys, it's Sharkviews, and this video will be an in-depth tutorial on how to play Smite. So, let's get started. What is Smite? You guys must be familiar with games like League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth, or Dota. These games are famous worldwide, and if you don't know them, you should really check them out. They're really good games. And Smite is very familiar to these games that I've mentioned, except it's in a third-person view, which is pretty nice idea that Hi-Res Studios thought about. And many people have actually asked for a third-person view game similar to League of Legends, Dota, or Han, or other games like them. But I don't really know other games like them, to be honest. So not really sure about that. Anyways, so back to Smite. Smite has new game modes, new champions, new ways of playing, and it's not really an item. Like, if you buy items in Smite, it doesn't really help you as much. It's mainly skill that really helps you in Smite. Like, you really need to be skillful to play this game. And obviously, as a beginner, you can't just become skillful right away. No one does that, you know. You just need to practice, play, not a lot, but you need to play at a decent amount of time to get good at the game. I'm still level 15, so I'm not really that good in this game, but I think I'm doing decently well. So, anyways, this game is based on, I think it's 5 game modes or 6 game modes. I'm not really sure, but anyways, I'll just name them. There's Domination, Arena, Juiced or Joust, I don't know how to pronounce that. And then there's Conquest. And Conquest is just your average, starting at level 1, laning phase game. And it's basically 1 mid, 2 right, and 2 left. In games like Heroes of New Earth or League, it's bot and top, but here it's right and left. Anyways, and that's basically what everyone plays, and it gives you the most XP. Arena, you start, and the others you start at level 3 or 5. It really depends. And the 5th game mode it's a random game mode. They get it every single day. They just change it. So for example, today it can be an all Thor day, which you play Thor. You play Thor in Arena. So it's 5 Thors versus 5 Thors. And then the next day it might be you start with 20,000 gold and you need to buy good items in Arena. For example, you need to think about what items you're gonna buy, and you start level 1 with 20,000 gold. It's just different every day, and it's new ideas and stuff like that, just for people not to get bored, which is pretty smart. Anyways, Smite is based on gods or champions. They're called gods, but some people aren't comfortable with calling them gods, so just call them champions. And each champion is assigned a role. For example, there's the tank, the physical carry, and the support, or the magical carry. But I don't think there is magical carry, but I don't know what to call them. The people who do magical damage. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I need to check up on that. Anyways, I got really angry when I didn't get this Loki here, but who cares? Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So there's tanks, physical carries, and support. And let's start off by talking about tanks. Tanks really just get engaged first in the fight and take the most damage, so that the other champions can deal most of the damage without getting damaged, because they're pretty much weak, and tanks can sustain very high damage and will be able to take in lots of damage from carries and heavy dealing magical champions. So you really need a tank in your team to win, or it increases your chances of winning. And then you have the physical carry, which is basically the champion who carries the game. Not everyone can play physical carries or tanks. You don't see really good tanks. You don't see really good tanks anymore, or you just don't see them at all. Just depends which tank you take, to be honest. Anyways, back to the physical carries. They basically carry the game, do lots of damage, and their damage is based on physical power. Physical power is just like attack damage in League of Legends or Dota, and then there's magical power, which is just magic. And you need to buy items on each god. It says for his roles whether they're physical or magical, and then you need to buy items according to what they are. For physical AD carries, I prefer lifesteal, physical power, and crit chance and attack speed, depending who you're playing. And then you have support, which basically just support the AD carries. Usually it's supports lane with the AD carries or tanks lane with the AD carries, but I prefer support. They basically just shield you, heal you, and all that. And then you have the magical, which power champions, which just deal huge amounts of magical power. And one of the strongest magical power dealers is Anubis or Hades. You can play him tank or magical power. And Poseidon. Not lots of people would agree with me for Poseidon, but he can deal lots of damage with the right champions that he plays with. Now, in League of Legends, you can basically play with any champion, but each champion should be assigned a role, and it should be one tank, one jungler, one support, and one AD carry. In this game, you can play any champion to be like you can do the same thing, but some champions are good with other champions. For example, a mix with Cupid and Ymir, or Loki and Ymir. Loki is probably one of the strongest damage dealers in the game, physical power. He deals so much damage. He's basically like a Shaco from League of Legends. So let's get to the skills part of playing the game. This game is not as easy, and if you lag, you're not gonna really get lucky with kills or anything. And as you can see here, I have an arrow in front of me showing me the range which I could deal my basic attacks. And basic attacks are with a left click. Each time you click the left mouse button, and you'll just hit a basic attack. So it shows me the range of my basic attack right there in blue. And you can't really shoot where like they are. You need to shoot where they're gonna be, especially if you're lagging. For example, if they're moving to the right, you're gonna have to shoot a bit in front of them in the right, so that it can get them once they get there, because it isn't as fast. Like the missile doesn't, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't reach there as fast. And here I'm stupid and I use my ultimate on the jungle buff, which wasn't really necessary, but he recalled and I didn't see that coming. Pretty stupid of me. But soon here you'll see a pentakill, pretty good pentakill by me. I really felt boss after I did that. Anyways, let's get to the health and mana. So each champion has health. Different champions have different health. For example, tanks have higher health, like higher starting health than normal champions or gods. And then there's mana. Magical, physical champions don't really have much mana to start off with, which can really get frustrating during the laning phase in Conquest, especially because then you have to go back and you miss out your creep farm or soldier farm or minion farm, whatever you want to call it, and that really sucks, to be honest. So there's this you can get this item called meditation, which gives you mana throughout the game, and it gives you like 75%, which is really good. But I'll get to that later in the video. Anyways, back to the health and mana. Each time you use an ability, you lose your mana. So each ability costs a different amount of mana. And this is why it gets frustrating. Each time, for example, you want to take out a champion during the laning phase, and you use your abilities and your whole mana is gone, you won't be able to do anything. So say you get into a fight with him, he'll probably win if he has more mana than you, because he'll then be able to use his abilities and do damage. So when you're playing in the laning phase, I really don't advise you to use your abilities on the soldiers or the minions or whatever you want to call them, because then you'll waste mana and you won't be able to take out the enemy champions if you get into a fight. And to be honest, when you're playing early game, like you're still in the early, say for example 10 minutes or something like that, I wouldn't advise to engage at all. Just play it smart and easy. Don't try to do anything stupid. Just try to get as much soldier kills or minion kills or whatever you want to call it. I keep saying that, sorry. And you just really want to focus on that. For example, here I saved my Poseidon, I think, oh no, my Thor, by jumping in. And the champion that I'm playing here is Apollo. Very strong champion. Probably one of my favorites. Not just because I got a pentakill with him, but he's just my favorite. I got pentakills with many champions. It's pretty easy to get a pentakill in arena, to be honest. Like, I'm not just bragging about that. I'm just like, anyone can get a pentakill. If you engage properly with your team, you can just basically just steal it off or actually get it yourself. So what else is there to talk about? Sorry guys, I'm just not really prepared for this video. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Apollo. Apollo is a ranged AD carry, physical carry. He deals a huge amount of damage, and each champion has a passive. Apollo's passive is for each 10 basic attacks, he gets 100% attack speed for 5 hits. Here, oh yeah, here's my pentakill. I just pick off Yemmer, and then I pick off a Wukong, or however you want to call him, and there we go. And sadly, Loki kills me because he's an OP son of a bitch, as usual. Oh, he didn't kill me. Crap, I thought he killed me. Oh, he did kill me. Fenrir. My bad, my bad. So you guys, I'll be posting more videos on Smite, and hopefully by watching them, you probably should learn a thing or two by how to play the game. By watching this video, you might learn a thing or two, but I'm still trying to get better at the game. To be honest, I'm not really that good. I see much better players, and so it's basically just the more you play, and since summer is just coming up, you guys will have lots of time to play if you actually like the game. So, oh yeah, items. For items, you can see this build that I'm building here. I'm building him attack speed with lifesteal and crit chance and damage. And it's pretty straightforward when you just open the shop, which is I think I. Yeah, when you open the shop with I, the letter, you can just access all the items and you can pick which item category you wanna pick an item from. So it's that simple. And once you start getting used to the game and all that, you'll hopefully be good at the game, or just become better. And if you still don't, if this guide still doesn't help you, then I advise you to play the tutorial, which actually walks you through the game and how to use the abilities. And please don't forget to try out this game, and make sure you guys I don't know what to say, to be honest, and this video is pretty long, so yep. Anyways, I'll just commentate over the game then. So here, as you can see, I'm going in. Oh yeah, so each for your ultimate you get at level 5, and for Apollo I max his 1 first, which is his first spell. So it's called So Beautiful, and they say it's so beautiful that it hurts you. I don't understand. It just says that in the explanation. But that spell deals a huge amount of damage, and its range is pretty far. So max that first. Then I max out his 3. Here I max out his 2 because situations of stunning and etc. from Yemmer would really annoy my teammates. So they just told me to max out my Mesmerize first, so I can save them in situations like that. Here I tried saving him, but I think I was too late. But I managed to get the Loki, and I think I also managed to get the Wukong or whatever his name is. But for my to be honest, advice, like proper advice, would be not to play melee champions at all in the beginning. I prefer you play ranged champions or gods, because they don't really take as much damage. No one really focuses them. They just chill back in the fight and just shoot. And then as you get better, you can start playing melee champions, which actually are close-up single target damage, which they mostly deal single target damage. So anyways, hopefully you guys learned something from this, and if you guys have any questions, just comment in this comment section below, and I'll be free to answer any of your questions. And if this guide doesn't really help you, please tell me so I can start improving. This is probably my second video, well, my first video with a commentary. So please don't forget to give me your feedback. I really need that to improve and hopefully get you the best possible videos I can. And guys, you can, if you want any champion guides, just tell me. I can do any champion guide you want, except for the tanks. Please don't ask me guides on how to play tanks, because I really suck at tanks. But if you guys need help with any champion or need a build or anything like that, I have a good website that can give you the builds. I might actually post that in the description. And I don't know why I did that. That was really stupid of me. Yeah, that was really stupid. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, there are good websites for good builds for each champion. And Hopefully they'll help you, and hopefully I'll try my best to help you. If you have any problems with any champions, or you're confused, or you don't know what the spell does or something like that, just tell me and I'll hopefully explain it to you. I guess this video is wrapping up. It's like 2 minutes left, so I guess I'll just stop commentating. I don't know. So I don't really know what to say for 16 minutes, to be honest. So. Oh yeah, and a first champion you really should use is Anhur. He's really simple to use. Or you should use Cupid or Apollo. I'm the one that I'm using right now. And for magical, I prefer Hades or Anubis. That guy does huge amounts of damage and can shut down a whole team. I was once playing with Anubis. He just stuns the tank, puts his 2 or 3, I think, which the arms come out of the ground, and he deals so much damage. Anyways, the game's done. Hopefully you guys learned something from this, and peace out.